Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to solve the polity related questions from 2012 prelims previous year question paper. तो आज हम prelims के 2012 के previous year question paper का polity section solve करने वाले हैं. Today we will be solving the polity section of 2012 prelims previous year question paper, and these classes are created for all of you so that you can analyze the question paper, the sources which are required to prepare the topics, and accordingly you can create your own strategy. Each one of us have different strategy when it comes to different challenges in life, so your strategy cannot be similar to the other person's strategy. You have to create your own original unique strategy. You cannot copy anybody else's strategy. So these classes are created for all of you to help you to create that strategy through which you can ace the challenge that you have stepped into. Okay, this is your challenge, this is your life, you have to help yourself. ये आपका चैलेंज है, आपका एग्जाम है, आपकी लाइफ है, तो आपको खुद को हेल्प करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, डू नॉट बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन एनीबडी एल्स, you have to help them yourself. Okay, so let's start the class. Before the class starts, here's a small announcement for all of you that Unacademy has launched free classes special series on economy by Mrinal Patel sir for all the 2021 aspirants. तो अगर आप 2021 की तैयारी कर रहे हो या 22 की भी तैयारी कर रहे हो, आप इस क्लास को देख सकते हो. These classes are free of cost. Link is given below in the description box. These are absolutely free of cost. बिल्कुल फ्री है ये, आपको हेल्प करने के लिए ये क्लासेस बनाई गई हैं to provide you a pathway through which you can understand economy. These classes has been created. Okay, so there will be 11 sessions. आपके 11 sessions होंगे इन classes में. Over here you can see all the important points and topics of Indian economy have been covered by Mrinal Patel sir in English. तो इंग्लिश हिंदी दोनों ही यूज करते हैं. मृणाल सर पढ़ाते वक्त आप देख सकते हो कि इकोनॉमी के सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स इन्होंने कवर किए हैं. तो अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपको इकोनॉमी में कुछ गाइडेंस मिल जाए जिसके थ्रू आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन और स्ट्रॉन्ग कर सकें, तो इन लेक्चर्स को जरूर देखिएगा. लिंक इज गिवन बिलो इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में लिंक भी दिया हुआ है वीडियोस का. Let's start solving the question paper. So question paper open कर लिया है. On page 1, question number 2, you can see it is related to polity. The question is related to adjournment motion. In the Parliament of India, the purpose of an adjournment motion is, now this question you can easily answer if you have studied chapter 22 of M. Lakshmikant in Indian Polity, that is on Parliament. ये जो chapter है ये Parliament के ऊपर है. अगर आपने ये चैप्टर अच्छे से पढ़ा है, एटलीस्ट ट्वाइस और थ्राइस यू हैव रिवाइज्ड दिस चैप्टर, देन यू कैन इजीली आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. बहुत इजीली आप इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर सकते हो. ठीक है, चलो. द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज टू अलाउ अ डिस्कशन ऑन डेफिनेट मैटर ऑफ अर्जेंट पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस, to let opposition members collect information from ministers, to allow reduction of specific amount in demand for grant, to postpone the proceedings to check the inappropriate or violent behavior on the part of some members. So why adjournment motion is proposed, why it is passed, इसका पर्पस क्या होता है? You have 5 seconds time to answer the question. आपके पास 5 सेकंड का टाइम है इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने के लिए. For the Hindi medium students, the question in Hindi will be over here. भारतीय संसद में स्थगन प्रस्ताव लाने का क्या उद्देश्य है? सार्वजनिक महत्व के निश्चित अत्यावश्यक मुद्दे पर बहस करने हेतु, विपक्षी सदस्यों के मंत्रियों से सूचना प्राप्त करने हेतु, किसी अनुदान की मांग में एक निश्चित मात्रा में कटौती करने हेतु, कुछ सदस्यों के हिंसक अथवा अनुचित व्यवहार पर रोक लगाने के लिए कार्यवाही स्थगित करने हेतु. You have 5 seconds time. आप लोगों के पास 5 सेकंड का टाइम है. Hindi medium students also, you can answer the question. So I have shown you the source of this question. मैंने आपको source बता दिया है question का. The correct answer to this question is, इस question का correct answer है, it is A, to allow a discussion on a definite matter of urgent public importance. So the primary object of an adjournment motion, it is to draw the attention of the House to a recent matter of urgent public importance which has serious consequences and which is in regard to which a motion or a resolution with proper notice will be too late. तो कुछ ऐसा मैटर जो कि अभी कंट्री में चल रहा है जिसपे अर्जेंट पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस का मैटर हो, जिसपे अर्जेंट अटेंशन की जरूरत हो, जिसके लिए अगर आप किसी और तरीके से डिबेट उठाओगे तो उसमें नोटिस देना पड़ेगा हाउस में, इतना टाइम नहीं है, आपको अर्जेंटली इस मैटर को डिस्कस करना है, तो उसके लिए हम adjournment मोशन का यूज करते हैं. ठीक है, सो ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर इन दिस क्वेश्चन. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. Consider the following provisions under the directive principles of state policy as enshrined in the Constitution of India. This question can be prepared from chapter number 8 M. Lakshmikant, which is on DPSP. ये जो चैप्टर है एम लक्ष्मीकांत किताब में वो है डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी का चैप्टर, पेज नंबर 8.1 टू पेज नंबर 8.10. ठीक है, सो दिस 10 पेज चैप्टर यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर. कम से कम इसको 3 बार रिवाइज करेंगे तब जाकर इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर सकते हैं. You have to at least revise it twice or thrice, then only you will be in a position to answer this question. Direct question taken from chapter 8. Securing for citizens of India uniform civil code, organizing village panchayats, promoting cottage industries in rural areas, securing for all the workers reasonable leisure and cultural opportunities. Which of the above are the Gandhian principles that are reflected in the DPSP? इनमें से कौन सी गांधीयन प्रिंसिपल्स हैं जो कि DPSP में रिफ्लेक्ट की जाती हैं? Identify the Gandhian principles and out of these 4 options. A 1, 2, 4 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 1, 3 and 4 only, D 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is again very easy if you have studied DPSP. बहुत easy question है अगर आपने DPSP पढ़ा है. You have 5 seconds time to answer the question. The correct answer to this question is, but before that here's the translation of this question in Hindi. भारतीय संविधान में प्रतिष्ठापित राज्य की नीति के निदेशक तत्वों के अंतर्गत निम्नलिखित प्रावधानों पर विचार कीजिए. भारतीय नागरिकों के लिए समान नागरिक सिविल संहिता सुरक्षित करना, ग्राम पंचायतों को संगठित करना, ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में कुटीर उद्योगों को प्रोत्साहित करना, सभी कर्मचारी के लिए यथोचित अवकाश तथा सांस्कृतिक अवसर सुरक्षित करना. उपयुक्त में से कौन से गांधीवादी सिद्धांत हैं जो राज्य की नीति के निदेशक तत्वों में प्रतिबिंबित होते हैं? सो द करेक्ट आंसर इन दिस केस विल बी, इस केस में जो करेक्ट आंसर होगा वो होगा, इट इज बी. दैट इज 2 and 3 आर करेक्ट. थर्ड करेक्ट है, सेकंड करेक्ट है. So when we talk about the Gandhian principles, जब हम Gandhian principles की बात करते हैं, Article 40, 47 and 48, they are based on Gandhian principles. Article 40 it says organization of village panchayat. Okay, so over here this will be under Article 40. ये जो second statement है Article 40 में आएगा. Then Article 47 says proper nutrition and standard of living. Okay. Then Article 48 says prevention of cow slaughter, organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Clear? तो आपके ये जो हैं ये आर्टिकल्स 40, 47, 48 में कवर हो रहे हैं. ठीक है. Coming on to the 7th question. Consider the following statements. Union territories are not represented in Rajya Sabha. It is within the purview of Chief Election Commissioner to adjudicate the election disputes. According to the Constitution of India, Parliament consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha only. So this question has been taken from Chapter 12, Chapter 5, Chapter 2, Chapter 3 and Chapter 42 of Indian Polity, M. Lakshmikant. M. Lakshmikant के चैप्टर्स अगर आपने पढ़े हैं अच्छे से तो आप इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर सकते हो. Chapter 12, Chapter 5, 2, 3 and 42. Union territories are not represented in Rajya Sabha. It is within the purview of Chief Election Commissioner to adjudicate election disputes. According to Constitution, Parliament consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha only. Which of the statements is or are correct? अब ये याद रखना, ये जो only word आ जाता है ना, कभी कभी 99% केसेस में this word means that the this is an extreme word and the statement is incorrect. But that happens only in 99% cases. 1% chances are there, right? So if you have, you can use your intelligent guess over here. आप इस question में आपका intelligent guess use कर सकते हो, ठीक है? So if you have read the NCERTs और basic M लक्ष्मीकांत अगर आपने पढ़ा है तो आप easily इस question को आंसर कर सकते हो. You have 5 seconds time to answer this question. आप लोगों के पास 5 सेकंड का टाइम है question आंसर करने के लिए. वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, बहुत ही इजी क्वेश्चन है ये. इट इज अ कॉमन सेंस बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. ऑल दीज 3 स्टेटमेंट्स आर बेस्ड ऑन योर कॉमन सेंस. यू कैन यूज इट एंड यू कैन आंसर इट करेक्टली. थोड़ा सा कॉमन सेंस बेस्ड है, बहुत इजी है. इफ यू आर रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर देन यू विल बी एबल टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन इवन इफ यू हैवंट स्टडीड द बुक. मान लो किताब नहीं भी पढ़ी, थोड़ा सा न्यूज़पेपर भी पढ़ रहे हो ना, आंसर कर सकते हो. जर्नल अवेयरनेस है. So the correct answer in this case is D. None of the above statements are correct. तो सारी statements गलत हैं. The Rajya Sabha is composed of representatives of state and 2 union territories of Delhi and Puducherry. So union territories are not represented. Wrong. Delhi की union territory इसमें represented है और पुडुचेरी की, ठीक है. Now the second statement. It is within the purview of Chief Election Commissioner to adjudicate the election disputes. Election disputes are adjudicated by special election branches. Write it down. Special election benches. ठीक है, which are designated for election petitions that should only be formed by in the high court. तो ये जो special election benches है ना, ये high court में form की जाती हैं. So again this is wrong. Chief election commissioner नहीं, special election benches formed in high court. Third question is saying कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया के मुताबिक पार्लियामेंट में सिर्फ लोकसभा और राज्यसभा है. नो, अगेन रॉन्ग. इट कंप्राइजेस ऑफ लोकसभा, राज्यसभा एंड प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई ऑल ऑफ द अबव स्टेटमेंट्स आर रॉन्ग. इसीलिए ये तीनों स्टेटमेंट्स रॉन्ग है. दिस वाज कॉमन सेंस बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. इवन इफ यू हैवंट स्टडीड द बुक यू कैन इजीली आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन बाय जर्नल अवेयरनेस ऑफ द न्यूज़पेपर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. Regarding the office of the Lok Sabha Speaker, consider the following statements. So over here, chapter 33 of M. Lakshmikant. He or she holds the office during pleasure of President. He or she need not be a member of the House at the time of his or her election, but has to become a member of the House within 6 months from the date of his or her election. If he or she intends to resign, letter of his or her resignation has to be addressed to Deputy Speaker. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? इसमें से कौन सा statement correct है? Very carefully you have to study the question. I am giving you 10 seconds time to read the question and answer. आपके पास 10 सेकंड का टाइम है. क्वेश्चन को आराम से रीड कीजिए और आंसर कीजिए. So the correct answer in this case will be, करेक्ट आंसर इस केस में आपका होगा बी. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड आर नॉट करेक्ट. फर्स्ट और सेकंड आपके इनकरेक्ट हैं. So the House of People, as soon as maybe after its first meeting, chooses the speaker from among the member of the House, and then comes Article 93. Article 93 says he holds the office during the life of the House, but his office may terminate earlier in the different ways. For example, by his or her ceasing to be the member of the House, by resignation in writing addressed to the Deputy Speaker, or by removal from office by a resolution which should be passed by a majority of all the then members of the House. Okay, so these will be the conditions. तो ये आपका statement 1 और statement 2 दोनों ही गलत हैं. Statement 3 is correct. The next question, question number 10. It is taken from chapter 26 Supreme Court. ये जो chapter है वो Supreme Court के ऊपर है. M. Lakshmikant Book of Indian Polity. Which of the following are included in the original jurisdiction of Supreme Court? Dispute between Government of India and one or more states. Dispute regarding elections to either house of the Parliament or that of legislature or state. Dispute between Government of India and Union Territory. Dispute between two or more states. So you have 15 seconds time to answer the question. So the correct answer to this question is, इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर है, it is C. Statement 1 and statement 4 are absolutely correct. Statement 1 और statement 4 absolutely correct हैं. So if you look at article 32, अगर हम बात करें article 32 की, it guarantees right to move the Supreme Court for enforcement of fundamental rights. अगर आपकी fundamental rights को violate किया जा रहा है तो आप Supreme Court जा सकते हैं. And the original jurisdiction covers writs and suits, right? These are the original jurisdiction of Supreme Court. अब Article 32 says that you can go to the Supreme Court for enforcement of your fundamental rights, whereas Article 131 grants exclusive jurisdiction to Supreme Court if there is a dispute between Government of India and one or more states. अगर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और एक या एक से ज्यादा स्टेट्स के बीच में डिस्प्यूट है, then exclusive jurisdiction has been given to Supreme Court. If the dispute is between Government of India and any state or states on one side and one or more other states on the other side, or between two or more states, in that case Supreme Court has exclusive jurisdiction. Okay, so second statement गलत हो गया और थर्ड स्टेटमेंट भी आपका गलत हो गया. But the election disputes article 71, it provides that all doubts and disputes related to election of a president or vice president, they are required to be inquired into and decided by Supreme Court. Okay, so that is the related to transfer of cases. In this case, C is the correct answer. 1 and 4 are correct. Question number 30. Which of the following special powers have been conferred on the Rajya Sabha by Constitution of India? To change the existing territory of a state and to change the name of a state, to pass a resolution empowering the parliament to make laws in the state list and to create one or more all India services, to amend election procedure of president and to determine the pension of president after his or her retirement, to determine the functions of election commission and to determine the number of election commissioners. Now again, answer this question. It's very easy. बहुत easy question है. This can be answered even if you have not studied the M. Lakshmikant. If you are reading the current affairs regularly, then also you can answer the question. अगर आप हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर या इंडियन एक्सप्रेस रेगुलरली पढ़ रहे हो, तब भी आप इस क्वेश्चन को बहुत इजीली आंसर कर सकते हो. You have 5 seconds time to answer this question. The correct answer in this case is B. इस केस में जो correct answer है वो है B. Rajya Sabha is empowered under Article 249 and Article 312 to pass resolution empowering the Parliament to make laws on the subject which are listed in the state list and to create one or more all India services respectively. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों ही जो काम है जो राज्यसभा कर सकता है, ठीक है, this is by give the power is under Article 249 and this power is under Article 312. These are the articles which empower the Rajya Sabha to perform this task. So B is the correct answer. Now what about option A, C and D? So option A and B, अगर हम ये बात करें, let me tell you about option A. अगर हम option A की बात करें and if we talk about option B, they require constitution ascendant bills to be passed in both houses. But जो आपका option D है, अब option A और C के लिए तो आपको क्या पास करना पड़ेगा? For this options, for these two options, you will require constitution ascendant bills, in which should be passed in both the houses. But option D requires president direction. इसमें president की direction order की जरूरत होगी. ठीक है? Next question which has been directly taken from the current affairs. Which of the following is or are among the noticeable features of recommendations of 13th Finance Commission? So this is regarding current affairs. ये question current affairs का है. Design for the goods and service tax and compensation package linked to adherence to proposed design. Design for creation of lack of jobs in the next 10 years in consonance with India's demographic dividend. devolution of specified share of central taxes to local bodies as grants. So you must not have studied about the 13th Finance Commission. There is no need to study about it. अभी तो latest आपको 15th Finance Commission पढ़ना है, ठीक है? Latest you have to study about the 15th Finance Commission. I'm just giving you the the question framed by UPSC from the Finance Commission report. अब जैसे ये 14th Finance Commission, 15th Finance Commission आती है ना, this is an idea how to study these reports. These kind of questions, the recommendation of the commission, they can give you the statements and then they will ask you to identify which one is correct. आपको recommendation दे देंगे reports की commission की, फिर पूछेंगे कौन सा option correct है, ठीक है? So in this case, which option is correct? इस case में क्या सही answer था आपका उस time के हिसाब से? In this case, the correct answer is, it is A. A आपका करेक्ट आंसर है इस केस में, ठीक है? ओनली फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट वाज करेक्ट. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 35. Which of the following are the methods of parliamentary control over public finance in India? करंट अफेयर्स से प्रिपेयर हो सकता है ये टॉपिक इजीली इफ यू आर रीडिंग द करंट अफेयर्स एंड चैप्टर ऑन पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम इन एम लक्ष्मीकांत इंडियन पॉलिटी. Placing annual financial statement before parliament. Withdrawal of monies from Consolidated Fund of India only after passing appropriation bill. Provisions of supplementary grants and vote on account. Periodic or at least a mid-year review of program of government against macroeconomic forecast and expenditure by Parliamentary Budget Office. Introducing finance bill in the parliament. So over here, which statement is correct? कौन सा statement correct है फटाफट से बताएं. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. आप लोगों के पास 10 सेकंड का टाइम है क्वेश्चन आंसर करने के लिए. So the correct answer in this case is, इस केस में जो correct answer है वो है, correct answer in this case is A. A आपका absolutely correct है आंसर. Over here you can see absolutely correct. Statement 1, 2, 3 and statement 5 are absolutely correct. No money under Article 114. No money can be withdrawn from Consolidated Fund of India without passing Appropriation Act. Okay, so remember this. आपका fourth statement incorrect है. So 1, 2, 3 and 5 are absolutely correct. So this statement is also correct. Question 40. Which of the following provisions of Constitution of India have bearing on education? DPSP, Rural and Urban Local Bodies, 5th Schedule, 6th Schedule, 7th Schedule. Direct question taken from current affairs. Question है जो कि current affairs से लिया गया है. It's a direct question taken from current affairs. जल्दी से मार्क कीजिए अपना आंसर, फटाफट से मार्क कीजिए. You have 10 more seconds. The correct answer in this case is, इस केस में आपका करेक्ट आंसर है C. C is absolutely correct. 1, 2 and 5. So over here जब हम बात करते हैं 7th schedule की, it provides 3 lists dividing the subjects for legislation for respective government, and education is at the 25th entry in concurrent list, which is inserted by 42nd Amendment 1976. Okay. Now when we talk about 5th schedule, it does not mention education, even though 6th schedule talks of autonomous district comics with responsibilities of education. Okay. But जो आपका C होगा वो बेस्ट ऑप्शन होगा, क्योंकि आपका जो 6th और 5th schedule है वो मेंशन नहीं करते एजुकेशन को. So 1, 2 and 5 are absolutely correct. The next question is regarding CAG. In India, other than ensuring that public funds are used efficiently and for intended purpose, what is the importance of the Office of Comptroller and Auditor General? तो CAG के ऑफिस का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है? What is the significance of the office of CAG? That is asked over here. यहाँ पर ये पूछा गया है. And here you have to study chapter number 49 of M. Lakshmikant book, that is on Comptroller and Auditor General of India. ये जो चैप्टर है आपको ये पढ़ना है इसके अंदर. चैप्टर 49 दैट इज ऑन पेज नंबर 49 ओनली. CAG exercise exchequer control on behalf of Parliament when President of India declares national emergency or financial emergency. CAG reports on the execution of projects or programs by ministries. They are discussed by Public Accounts Committee. Information from CAG reports can be used by investigating agencies to press charge against those who have violated the law while managing public finance. While dealing with the audit and accounting of government companies, CAG has certain judicial powers for prosecuting those who violate the law. Correct answer in this case is, इस केस में जो correct answer है वो क्या होगा आपका? What will be the correct answer in this case? It will be which of the statements given above is or are correct? कौन सी statement correct है? जल्दी से आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए. Statement 2 and 3 are correct. So C is the correct answer. C जो है आपका absolutely correct answer है. Next question, question 54. With reference to Delimitation Commission, chapter 42 में आप ये cover कर सकते हो in M. Lakshmikant and even from current affairs. Orders of Delimitation Commission cannot be challenged in a court of law. When orders of Delimitation Commission are laid before Lok Sabha or State Legislative Assembly, they cannot effect any modification in the orders. Which statement is correct? कौन सा statement correct है? You have 15 seconds time to answer the question. करेक्ट आंसर इन दिस केस इज, इस केस में करेक्ट आंसर है इट इज सी. बोथ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट. दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट्स एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट हैं. कमिंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 53. क्वेश्चन 53 पढ़ लेते हैं. प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया एट टाइम ऑफ हिज और हर अपॉइंटमेंट. Now this question can be very easily answered. ये question बहुत easily answer हो सकता है if you have studied chapter 19 of M. Lakshmikant, that is on Prime Minister. M. Lakshmikant किताब का chapter 19 अगर आपने पढ़ा है तो ये easy हो सकता है आंसर. Need not necessarily be a member of one of the House of Parliament but must become a member of one of the House within 6 months. Need not necessarily be a member of one of the House of Parliament but must become a member of Lok Sabha within 6 months. Must be a member of one of the houses of parliament, must be a member of Lok Sabha. So which statement is correct? कौन सा statement correct है? जल्दी से मार्क कीजिए आंसर. Correct answer over here will be, इधर correct answer आपका है A. A is correct. Okay? Let's move forward. Next question is taken from chapter 17 of M. Lakshmikant book. M. Lakshmikant book में chapter 17 से लिया है. According to Constitution of India, it is the duty of President of India to ensure to be laid before the Parliament which of the following? Recommendation of UFC, report of Public Account Committee, report of Controller and Auditor General, report of National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Which statement is correct? कौन सा statement correct है ये आपको identify करना है. Which statement is correct? Over here you have to identify. बड़े ध्यान से इसको पढ़ना. Take your time to identify the correct answer. The correct answer in this case will be, इस केस में correct answer होगा आपका C. 1, 3 and 4 are absolutely correct. So C is the correct answer. Next question, question 57. A deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha calls for a joint sitting of Parliament during the passage of ordinary legislation, money bill, constitution amendment bill. Select the correct answer. आपको correct answer select करना है. A deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha calls for a joint sitting of Parliament during the passage of ordinary legislation, money bill, constitution amendment bill. So which option is correct? जल्दी से बताएं. The correct answer in this case will be, it is A, ordinary legislation. So during this period, during the passage of ordinary legislation, if there is a tie between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, then it calls for a joint sitting of Parliament. Okay. Next question. अब ये जो next question है बहुत easy, because this question is taken from a 4-page chapter Fundamental Duties of M. Lakshmikant book. 4 पेज का chapter है बस ये. It's a 4-page chapter. Which of the following is or are among the fundamental duties of citizens laid down in the Indian Constitution? Very easy question. To preserve rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect weaker sections from social injustice, to develop the scientific temper and spirit of inquiry, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity. Which option is correct? जल्दी से बताएं कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इस क्वेश्चन का करेक्ट आंसर है, इट इज सी. 1, 3 and 4 आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. ये डीपीएसपी में आ जाता है एंड फंडामेंटल राइट्स में भी आता है. ठीक है. So there were 15 questions from polity. That means 30 marks came directly from polity. 30 नंबर polity से आए थे and also 40 marks came from history. 40 नंबर आपके history से आए थे इस पेपर में in 2012. 70 marks were coming from history and polity only. Weightage to both these subjects were very high. इन दोनों ही subjects का weightage काफी high था. So you can see that so far we have seen that polity can be prepared from M. Lakshmikant only. Only one source is there to prepare polity, NCERT of 11th, 12th and M. Lakshmikant. That is enough, and consistent reading of the current affairs. Direct questions they are putting up from M. Lakshmikant. देखो direct question M. Lakshmikant से उठा के डाले हैं. तो इतना डरने वाली बात नहीं है. Polity is very easy if you cover the resources with correct strategy. If you are lazy in covering the resources, then polity or even the whole paper will seem very difficult to you. Okay, so make sure that your resources are limited and you are revising them at least thrice. Then this becomes very, very easy to clear. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you.